Hi, APIE Project community. Today I'm going to show you how you create an event on APIE Project. So you come here, you click the create event, and if you are not logged in, you cannot create an event without being logged in. So it's going to go ask you to log in. So you come here, you log in. Once I land in the create event page, the first thing you have to do, and this is really important, the first thing you have to do, you see this little collapsing menu. So let's say I'm in Ethiopia, but this little thing you see USD is actually telling you that the platform is processing its currency in US dollars. But I have a pay event, and that event is in Ethiopia for the sake of this tutorial. I don't want the amount to be in US dollars. So I want it to be in Ethiopian B. So before I even start putting everything for the event, like I said, this is really important. I come here and I go to Ethiopian B, and I click on it. And I leave that menu. And then you are going to see it's going to change to the Ethiopian currency. Let's give it a time. Let's retry it. You have double click and leave. Yes, see? It's now changing it to the Ethiopian currency. So now when I create my event, it's going to reflect the Ethiopian. Start creating an event. So to create an event, those fields that you see required, those are required fields. You cannot leave them empty. The one that don't have required, those are optional. So event title, let's say APIE event testing, let's call it like that. This is just an event for the tutorial to see how to create one. So this is event description. Of course, your event is going to be have more word than this one, but you understand this is just a tutorial. So here is where you put the start and end day. So the start and end day, you can say, okay, this event is going to start like, let's say in 2020, November 1st. And then this one is going to tell you like 2020, like November 3rd. And this is the start date. When does it start? 7:30, let's put it, and it ends like 5 p.m. or let's say like 6 p.m. So this is the start date, this is the start time, this is the end time, and this is the end date. But sometimes you also have events that go all day long. Let's say maybe like a wedding or an anniversary celebration or birthday. That time you have to click this option. So then it's just going to reduce to 1 day. That's for events that take all day. But when they are not taking all day, you have to put the range, the start, and then the end. And this is like I just said, this is the for a 1 day event. And we also have the option where you can schedule event, and they call that event series. Let's say you can do like, oh, I want weekly. Let's say like a church, right? A church is something that goes on weekly or monthly. What is something that go on monthly? Let's say like you have some women organization where you meet once a month and so you can schedule it on a broader time range, or, besides just making one schedule. So that's why event series are. Event series are many events that you for whom you already know the frequency and you can come and schedule them here. And you can just say like daily, and then you are going to have all the option, or weekly. Those are the days and the time, and the series. You also have to tell when the series end, or monthly, or yearly, or so on, or once. So those are the event series. So if you have an event that is scheduled over time, this is the option that you have to choose. But if it's just a one-time event, you really don't need to do that. So let's just go and delete that. So you are not going to create an event series. So my description was just to show you how to create one. So, and then here you have to put the event image. Always good to put an event image. Let's put something for the CAF, African Football Confederation. So let's put an image, and then the category. The category is required. So let's say this one is a APIE testing. So let's put like technology. And something about the category, you have to click here. So it's searching. It's going to take a little bit more long, but not much. So you have to click here, and then it's going to search the category. See searching, and then you have to go. Let's say this one is technology. Let's put it in that category. And the tag are generally like all African country and the main capital and stuff like that. Let's say this event takes place in Nigeria and like in Lagos. So, like I say, it's still searching. Don't give up. When you see searching, it's loading those tags. So don't say, oh, it's not working. And so, no, it's actually working, but it's loading the time. So let's say it's taking in Abuja. Those are the events. So I have the APIE testing, that is the category is technology, and the tag is actually the country where it takes place. Or you can specify, if it's a big country, you can specify. Okay. And then we also have the option, like I already described you what are event series. Event series, those are events that has already scheduled over a long period of time, whose schedule you already know. And then we have another category here called like virtual event. Virtual event is an event that is not taking place on a physical place, but that takes place online. So something like a webinar or event or something like that, those are virtual event. Like I say, virtual event, they don't take place in a physical place. It takes place online. So here you can come with the URL. It accepts YouTube and Facebook and any kind of media that you have, but there are some platform that it doesn't accept. So YouTube and Facebook and Zoom, it also accepts Zoom. So it integrates perfectly with Zoom and YouTube and Facebook. So if you have all those three tabs, that's going to work fine. For the other tab, you have to put it here, and then it's going to tell you whether that's a platform that it accepts or not. But from the get-go, it supports YouTube, Facebook, and Zoom. So then you put your URL here. Let's put one like the YouTube, and then here those are just the option. You can either say embed the video. Embed the video is going to put the video in your event body. Link a video is just going to put a link. Oh, and this is the wash. So you see on top of the link, that is going to say wash. And then that's where you change it. You can put anything like anything else. Like please check this or something. but wash is so popular, that's why they put it wash. And then show when. This option is actually asks you when to show, when the event starts or when it's being published. Being published is when the event is being approved by the administrator. The site administrator is when it's being published. So show when actually mean that when do I actually show this content to the user? Do I show it when the event starts or when this event is approved on this platform? That is what show when mean. And show to mean, should I have to show this video to everyone? Or should I have to show it to all log in user on this platform? Or should I only reserve it to my attendees only if they are RSVP, or to my attendee only if they have a paid ticket? So I'm not going to, if I don't want to show my video to everybody, I can just restrict them like to my attendee, those that are RSVP attendee, and those are ticket holder. Those I'm not going to show it to all login user, and I'm not going to show it to anyone whether login or not. Share. Share means include link in RSVP email. So once you register for an RSVP, it's going to send you an RSVP email. So, and that's exactly what it tell you. It tells you here that when I send you that RSVP email, should I have to include this video? That's the same thing. When you bought a ticket and then an email is sending to you, this option just means, should I have to include that video link in the ticket that is in your email ticket? So this is just whether that link, this link on top, has to be included in the email that are being sent out. So virtual event label. So show on calendar. Calendar view means, so when you go to the search event, it's like a big calendar, and it's going to, this is where you actually tell him, show that on this calendar where you search all events, show that is a virtual event. And the same thing say, show on event page. When somebody open that event, show that is a virtual event. And this is show you virtual event will be indexed on Google as online event. That's exactly what a virtual event is. A virtual event is an event that takes place online. Like I said, this is how you create a virtual event. So, and then there's also an option. Let's say you are not going to go and add a virtual event. For the sake of this tutorial, I just show you how to create a virtual event. So let's delete that, but you already have an inkling how to create a virtual event. So now, if this was a live event, every event has a venue, even be it online or a physical place. So sometimes, if you already create a lot of events, you are actually going to see all your venue that you created before here. But if the first time, or you have to come here and give that venue a name. Let's say stadium. So see, it's going to say create because it's a brand new venue, so you have to click on it. And if it's actually some venue that already existed before, you are just going to select it, see, and it's not going to give you additional option to add. But if this is a brand new venue, like I say, a football stadium, Because this is a brand new venue, so it's going to give you additional option to fill in. See? So, and then in that venue, of course, you have to put an address. Ole. And then you have to put a city, and then you have to put a country. Those are really not important. And the website, if they don't have it, don't worry about it. The only thing that is important in the venue section is the city, the country, and then the address, and of course the name that you give to your venue. The other last four are not really important. So those are really important. And if those are not there, I don't think your event is going to be approved. Even if it's an online event, if it's an online event, just put online and and don't put the country, just put online so that we know that the venue is online. So once you create a venue, then you also have to come here and create an organizer. Organizer is actually the person who organizes the event. Let's say I'm going to call the event organizer is Musa. Musa Ibrahim. Let's call him like that. So I create my organizer. This is Musa Ibrahim. He has to have a phone name. And then you have, if he, or the website is really not necessary, but the two things that are important here are the phone name and the email. So here let's put it like APIE project, because this is going to be part of the tutorial. So the two things that are really important on the organizer, like I said, is the phone and then the email. If he has a website, great, then put the website. But if he doesn't, it's not really a big deal. But each organizer has to have a phone and then an email, and of course a name. So you can add additional organizer by clicking this button, because there are some events where you have like multiple organizer. But if you just have one, just keep this one. But if you have additional one, keep this one and click as much as that event has organizers. So, and here you could click you put the event link. Sometimes you don't have the event link, but you have a Facebook page, you can go on and put that. If you actually have an actual event link, then you can also come and put that. Like I say, this is really like something, it depends. This section is really important. Let's say you have a special note to the people. Like let's say you have something that says comes in professional attires. Oh, this one can be extended, by the way. You can say something like come in professional attire, or lunch will be served. Or you can also do like we don't refund ticket 2 days prior to the event. So those are really things that are specific to your event, and then you really want to let people know. So that is where it comes. Event special note. So, and here is actually where you create your tickets. So there are two types of ticket. RSVP ticket. RSVP is just where somebody come and make a reservation. That one is free. And a ticket is something that is being paid. It's a paid ticket where you have to put like a price and stuff. So let's first start with the RSVP. And the event can have a combination of two. So they can have RSVP or ticket. But event can also be only RSVP, or other event can only be only paid ticket. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to show you both options. But like I said, they don't necessarily come together. They can come separate either a RSVP event or a ticketed event, or you can also have an event where both ticket option exist. So I have to give my event a name. Let's say a testing event. Let's call it that. And we have to have it a capacity. If you leave it like empty, like it say, it's going to be unlimited. Let's say we just want to limit this one to 10. And this one is if you want to have an option where people can come and say, I'm not going, then you enable it. But if you really don't care, if they don't go, then you don't. The default here is don't enable it, because what good is it to you to know that people are not coming to your event? But in some specific case, it may be necessary for you to know, maybe like let's say a conference and there's a specific places and stuff. So you want to know if such and such is coming so that you can reserve a place for them and stuff. That's why maybe this option can be useful. But in most cases, this is really not a useful option. So, and then you have an advanced portion here where you can put your description. This is the RSVP ticket part of this event. So anything that you want to description, you have to give your RSVP ticket. That is where you put it. And like I say, this one is really not important here because this is RSVP. So I just show you how to create an RSVP event. So this one is how to create a ticket event, and a ticket is something that gets paid. So for a ticket, if you want to create a ticket, you have to come here. That ticket have to have a picture, because if that's a picture that is going to be sent to the email. So here, you come here, you give it a capacity. You can say, oh, this one is just like, let's put like 300. Independent capacity. Okay. Because we created an event with 2 tickets, an RSVP and then a pay ticket. That's why it gives you a total capacity of 310, because it takes the ticket and then the RSVP and then it sum it up. And that's what you see here. So if you want to show attendee list on event page, if you want that people that are visiting your event page also see the attendee list, then you check this one. But that's not really a good option, but it's really up to you, because sometimes when you have a huge list, it's just going to clutter your event page. But on the back end, if this one is not checked, there's also an option where you go to my event, where you can actually see an option where you can see your attendee. You can download the list of your attendee and stuff. So it's not really recommended to put this option to show your attendee on the event page. But for some use case, that may be necessary, but for the most cases, it's not. So, and you also have to give your event, like, let's say you want to give it like, let's give it this one. That is going to be the image for my event. Like it show you here, is still uploading it. Like it show you, it's going to be the ticket header. So when a ticket is going to be sent to you, it's going to have that image. And let's say when you do something like a concert and stuff, see, set has ticket header. So that is the image that is going to go to your ticket. So, and then once you are done, you click Save Settings. Like I said, the settings are just the setting that you make for your ticket, but you haven't actually created the ticket yet. The setting is just you give your ticket a capacities, you give it an image, but the actual ticket you have to go to the either RSVP or you have to do the ticket. I don't want you to confuse the two. The setting has nothing to create the actual ticket. So you set the setting are just there for you to give the event a capacity or to give an event an image. But in order to actually create the actual event, see, this is the setting. The setting is for capacity and giving your event an image. But to go and create the actual event, you have to come here. Like we already created an RSVP event. Now let's create a ticket. This is now a paid ticket. And something that's really important, and I cannot stretch this enough. First, come here and switch to your currency where that event takes place. And then start filling up whatever information is in that ticket. And you remember, since I told you that the platform is the default currency is in US dollars. So if I know that my concert is let's say like 500, I come to there's a lot of those currency converter. I come here and then I check how much is it going to be in US dollars. So in US dollars it's going to be $13. So I take that one. See, I copy it, put it. It has changed it from US dollars to Ethiopian B. So now that's the first trick. First, you have to change your currency. We go from Ethiopia. Now, every price you are going to see on the platform is going to be in Ethiopian B. So, and then are created in US dollars. So now that you know that 15 like around $15 give you your 500 Ethiopian beer, so you are going to come here and put like 15. And then this is like I said, the platform take dollars and will convert it into Ethiopian beer. So this one is in dollars, and once you save the ticket, it will convert it into the currency on the right. So please remember that the price that you are going to put here is in dollars, and then once the ticket is being saved, it will convert it to the currency on the right. So we are going to take $15 and convert it into Ethiopian beer. And when we save it, surely enough, you are going to see that we now have the price of the ticket in Ethiopian beer. See? That's exactly. Now it gives you like 546. You can always narrow it down to the exact amount that you want. So here you are going to put like $14, and then like I say, the price that you put here is in US currency, and then once you save the ticket, it's going to convert it to the currency on the left. No, on the right, which is Ethiopian beer. So once I save it, surely enough, you see the currency is now in Ethiopian beer. That's basically how you do it. On the price box, you put the price in dollars, but then when you save the ticket, the process of saving it is going to convert it from dollars into Ethiopian beer. Okay, let's cancel it. Get a name, let's say like a masterclass, and share capacities. Share capacity with other events. Sometimes, like I say, I just told you that in the RSVP. Sometimes there's a lot of ticket in one event. You have like VIP ticket, you have like gold ticket, and then you have like common ticket. So if you put a set share capacity, let's say like 1,000, that 1,000 capacity is going to be shared among all those different ticket category. But if you say no, I really don't want to share my capacity, set capacity for this ticket only. So it's going to mean that my master ticket, or let's say my VIP ticket, is only going to have its own capacity. It's not going to be shared. It means the capacity is going to be down when somebody bought exactly 50 VIP ticket. Whereas if you set it here to share capacity, and if you have like 3 other capacity, that capacity is going to be shared. It means if somebody buy a VIP ticket, it's going to get down to 1. If somebody buy like 20 let's say corporate ticket, let's say you have a category like that, is going to be now from 91 is going to be to 71. If there's another category ticket like called like the common person, like cheap ticket and stuff like that, and somebody come and order 50 of them, then you are down to 21. And if another person come and order another like 10 VIP, then you are going to be down to 11. So it's always going to be shared among all your ticket type. That's what this option is. But if you want to have a specific capacity to a ticket type, let's say you have some specific number of places reserved for VIPs, and then you want to give it that specific capacity, this is where you come. But if you really don't have that specification that this is exactly the number of things I have per ticket, but you have a total number and you want all those ticket category to be distributed among that total number, that's where you come. So please be aware of the big difference between those two. And unlimited capacity is just that. It means, let's say you have an open event that takes place in the open, and there's no capacity there, and so it's illimited. That's the option you click. Okay. So, and once you have to save that ticket, here advanced here is where you actually give it the event, the description. Say, this is a ticket reserved for high earners. So this is, a ticket can have a better description, but just for the sake of this tutorial. And then you can still show description at the front end ticket form. So if you want this to show on the ticket form, then you check this box. But if you don't, you can also don't check it. By default, it's being checked. So, and also you can also tell exactly when you want, like in the RSVP, I told you the start sell and end sell doesn't really make sense because RSVP is usually for free. But here start sell and end sell actually makes sense because there are some tickets you just want to be started maybe a month prior to the event, or maybe you just want to sell it a week before the event, those type of option. And the end sale also mean maybe you don't want people to buy the ticket the 2 weeks, 2 days before the event. So that's where you can limit it here. So in RSVP, it didn't really make sense. But RSVP, because RSVP, there's not a sell, but you can also use that same option in RSVP, but it's not going to be a sell. It's just where you want to limit when people can get the ticket and when the start of getting ticket and the end of getting the ticket. And if you have a store or something, you can also put a SKU. A SKU is, like you say, a unique identifying code. You can also put it here. So you can put something like a VIP or something like 209. This means like the VIP ticket for the year, like let's say 220 or things like that. So for this one, we don't care about the start cell and then the end cell, so we won't put anything. But if you have that requirement in your ticket, this is where you do it. And generally, once the ticket expired, like you saw the end and then the start date we put at the very beginning, when it's expired, the sale also ends. So now you are going to save the ticket. Make sure that everything is there. So yes, we have our title, you have our description, we have our time frame, we have the event image that we uploaded, the event category, we have the event tag, we have the venue that we created, we have the organizer, we have the event website, and then we have the special note, and then we have our two ticket type. One is a RSVP and one is a pay ticket, and here we have to acknowledge the term of submission, term and condition. The term of condition, you can come here and read them here, but here you have to know that I agree to the term of submission. So once you do that, then you submit the event. So once you submit the event, the website admin is going to go to your event, read it, and see this is something that is not like a spam or somebody's just not sending some things that doesn't look has an event. And if it really look like a genuine event and stuff like that, the event is going to be approved, and then you can see it. So right now, if I go to my event, I will see that it hasn't been approved yet. So once I submit it, the event, the website organizer is going to have an email. See, it shows you that the event has not been approved. So if I go to the website, I'm going to see that there's an event that has been submitted and that needs to be approved. See? I see that it has been submitted and it has to be approved. So I'm going to go ahead and approve that event. And once I approve it, then it can be shown on the event main page. So surely enough, this is our event that we just created. Test APIE event. So, and once you create it, you see this option, you can actually share it. You can actually share it to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or if you actually open that event, you can also share it. You also have more sharing feature. See, this is our event that we just created. See, share this event so you can. This is Facebook, this is Twitter, this is email, this is WhatsApp. So you can send this to your WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, you can share this event to email, you can share it to Twitter, or you can post it on Twitter, or you can post it on Facebook. So that is really a really good option here to advertise your event. So, and then there's another tutorial that show you how for people to register to your event. So I'm not going to go through that, but this is how you come here, you register the ticket. Let's say this is an RSVP ticket that you want to register. Is you can put two at the most, and then you can register. Once you register, an RSVP email is going to be sent to you, and another email is going to be sent to the organizer that somebody registered to the event. So let's see how that translates. See, this is I'm the organizer. This is what? Yes, this is the event that I just registered. See, you send me the event. If you want to see the picture for that event, download picture. It's going to have a QR. See, it's going to show you a QR code. You can also, since you apply for two tickets, those are the two different tickets. So you can actually preview them. Every ticket is going to come with its own QR code. And that is basically it. And the organizer is also going to get an email telling that somebody did get a ticket for your event. So basically, I think this tutorial has been longer than the other one I've done so far, but it also helped a lot because you have to go through a lot. And in the event you may have any other question, please just come here, click on contact us to ask for additional question. But with this tutorial, you can actually have a sense of whatever you can do on this platform. And for event, there's also some section like where you have to add some sponsor or where you have to add event speaker or where you have to do some background changes. Those you cannot do through the form. For those specific functionality, you have to contact us. So one of our dedicated software engineers is going to do that. Like for those complex events that you have to add, like if you want to section your event per day or per time of the day and stuff like that, you want to add some sponsor and then you want to have some speaker, please. We have that ability, but it can only be done on the back end. And one of our software engineers is going to do that. Okay? Thank you so much for the tutorial. Like I say, it has been a long one, but hopefully you got the full functionality of our APIE event platform. Thank you. Bye.